Close your eyes, place your hands down on your thighs. Maybe the strangest February 14th for many of us, right? Can we take a moment just to check in and notice what we're bringing to the mat? What are you bringing? What are you hanging on to or holding on to right now? No judgment, just notice. Check in. Then take a deep breath in through your nose. Take a really big breath. And even at the top of that breath, gather an extra sip of air. Open your mouth wide. Exhale with a ha sound. Let all that stuff you brought with you go. You can pick it up on the way out. The purpose, the point of tonight's practice is to create love for ourselves, to give love to others unconditionally. And we'll practice with a mantra tonight. And you can listen or repeat this mantra. In Sanskrit, it sounds like this: Loka samasta bhavantu. Try that, either whisper it or say it out loud. Loka samasta bhavantu. Loka samasta bhavantu. One more time. Loka samasta bhavantu. And the translation of this in our own understanding, there are multiple translations, but the one that really lands and resonates with me is that may all humans everywhere be happy and free, and may the thoughts, the words, and the actions of my own life contribute in some way to that happiness and freedom for all. May all humans everywhere be happy and free, and may the actions and thoughts and words of my own life contribute in some way to that happiness and freedom for all. Take a big breath in through your nose. Open your mouth wide, exhale, soften. Take your hands together at your heart. Yoga is union. Union is love. Taking care of one another is love. Wishing happiness onto everyone is love. And the more love we give, the more love we get back. Set an intention to create, to feel, and to give away love tonight. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth wide. Exhale out all your air. Flutter open your eyes. Stay on your seat and just take your legs out in front. So you can simply bring the soles of your feet together and create a pretty good distance between your pelvis and your heels. So there's no strain, there's no pain, but this is a yin variation of butterfly pose, so you'll feel some sort of stretch through your inner groin. And then we're going to close our heart for this first pose, get into a really safe and snuggly place. So fold forward, let your head hang heavy. And those of you who have been to my real life restorative classes know how much I love calling this the bat cave. So you can take a big old blanket and go into hiding. Nobody can find you here. Just cozy yourself up as you come into your forward fold. Now you may take props under your knees. Maybe you catch your head with a prop. You can prop or not, right? So the more props you use, the more restorative each shape becomes. The less props, the more yin it becomes. And when you find your way into this folded, relaxed shape, relax even deeper by consciously, mindfully, and intentionally softening through your leg muscles. Let your head soften, let your heart relax, and bring your attention to your upper back, to the back of your heart, the upper left corner of your spine. Take a breath in through your nose here. Open your mouth wide. Exhale, soften, soften, soften. And can you visualize in the back of your heart the color green? This is the color of your heart chakra. And it might look like green slime. It might look like the treetops of a great magical rainforest. Maybe it's just a muscle on your body being highlighted with a bright green color. Visualize the color green and start to compile a list of all of the things that you love. All of the things that you love. The experiences, the food, the drinks, the clothing. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth wide. Exhale, soften even deeper and start to add on to that list all of the people and pets that you love. Notice their faces. Imagine their embrace. Maybe you have one, maybe you have 100. It doesn't matter. Maybe the only one is yourself. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale, soften a little deeper still. Relax now your head, your neck, your shoulders, and your jaw. And think about all of the people or pets that love you. Make a list, big or small, it does not matter. Can you add to that list of all of the people that have once loved you? Without sending any resentment or anger to those wretched ex-lovers, just fill yourself up with love for all of the love that's been given to you in your whole entire life. From your babysitters when you were a wee child, to your teachers, your partners, family, friends, pets, strangers, maybe even your barista. Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth wide, exhale, soften again, and imagine yourself in a room filled with all of these people, giving and receiving love, kindness, compassion, integrity, forgiveness. Be here for 10 more breaths. Please take one more big breath in through your nose. Exhale to let all of that go. Suck your chin in towards your chest. Ease your body out of the shape. So come up nice and slow, nice and slow, nice and slow. Walk your hands back behind you. Plant your feet onto the floor and just rock your knees. They might feel a little bit achy from side to side now. Good. And then return your legs, and I'll just change my direction here so you can see. Turn your legs back into that initial shape. So the soles of your feet are still together, but drift all of your weight over to your right hip and take your left leg back behind you by any amount. Walk your right foot towards your left side of your yoga mat. Option A, deer pose. So we're still in the yin variation of shapes. The intention here is to observe a stretch along your outer right hip, And if you don't feel it here, you might walk your left leg back a little further. I always prop that left knee with a little cushioning. So now your legs are in this 90-90 shape. Okay, and option 3 would be to extend your left leg all the way back and find sleeping swan or pigeon pose. And then you can fall down to a pile of props to your arms or to the floor. So I'll show you a few different angles of that deer variation, which really is the same work that you're getting when you're in your pigeon pose, except it's a slight less work on your hip flexors. So you're creating this 90-90 shape with your legs. Find the version, the variation that really works with your body. And it might not be the same on the other side. You'll find out in a few minutes. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale and really relax into your stretch. Relax the muscles in your legs. Soften your shoulders and your jaw. And begin this process of undoing or unraveling. Perhaps you feel like you're tightly wound up, like a tightly tied up ice skate. Well, this practice is your chance to untie those laces, to loosen everything up, to unclench your teeth, to soften the space between your eyebrows, to let your heart melt, and to open everything up to whatever it is the universe has in store for you. Breathe a few more big, full, deep breaths, sighing on the exhale, even making an audible ha sound as you breathe out. Now retreat to stillness. You have nowhere to go. There is nothing to do. There is no one to tend to. Let that be wonderful. Let that be freedom. Notice where your mind has gone to. Bring it back to your body. Inhale. Exhale, soften your jaw. Take 10 more breaths in and out through your nostrils. Here, 10 more breaths. Really good. One more big breath in. As you exhale, slow and steady, wriggle your body out of the shape, easing that right leg back. Take a moment and just move. And these movements can be a little bit sensual, even. So, from all fours, you might want to just shift your hips around in great big circles, one direction and the other direction. Maybe downward dog is calling you, and if that's the case, go for it. And sometimes stillness between shapes can be right too. Listen to your body. After a few moments, a few movements, drive your left knee forward towards your left wrist and play with all these different variations of your lateral hip stretch. So, of course, there's pigeon or swan pose. We call it swan in yin because the intention is different than pigeon, right? We're really relaxing into our muscles rather than activating and engaging them. If you've come there and you're happy, feel free to dive down onto your props or the floor. But if deer pose serves you best on this side, stagger your legs into that 90-90 shape, perhaps prop under your right knee if it's lifted away from the floor, and melt it all down to the earth. Melt yourself down to the earth and shift your weight around until you find sensation in that outer left hip. So that's where we're headed. That's where we're targeting. Good. Some quiet time and space just to be and feel and love here. 3 minutes on your own. I will pull you out when your time is up. You're halfway there. Breathe in. Soften the parts of you that have stiffened or frozen in the shape. Notice your lips, your jaw, your eyes, and of course your hips. Can you relax into these spaces? Notice what's holding you back, the resistance, and let it go just for a few more moments. Start to count yourself through 10 more breaths. Take one more big breath in through your nose. Add an extra sip of air once you think you've reached the top of your inhale. Open your mouth wide, flutter your lips like that hoarse noise exhale. Press your hands into the floor. Bring your body back up, right? Lean your weight onto your left hip. Take your right leg forward. And give yourself a moment here with your hands on the floor behind you, your feet mat distance apart, to just move your body in a way that feels really nice. Good. From here, could you collect all of your stuff, collect all your gear, your props, and I'll demonstrate where we're headed. This is my favorite restorative pose. It's called heart bed. You'll take one pillow or bolster horizontal along the top of your yoga mat, and then one lies vertical, just cutting into the center of that top bolster. Bring a blanket with you. Depending on how much height you'd like behind your spine, if you have more pillows and props, you can add more. From there, tuck the edge of your pant line right towards the props. So I'm not sitting on the props, I'm sitting right in front of them. Then lie down. Careful that your masterpiece doesn't fall over here. Lie down so this bolster is propping right along the vertical axis of your spine. Your shoulders are draping off either side of the bolster, and turn your palms to face up alongside your body. Just to start, you can change your mind and place them somewhere else after. You might just keep your legs fully extended out in front, or you could bend at your knees and place the soles of your feet together like we did in that initial butterfly pose. And if you have a blanket, absolutely cozy yourself up in your blanket. Good. Having your hands open alongside your body, having your legs open wide here, your heart open, turns this into a really vulnerable place. You're literally exposing all of the most sensitive parts of yourself. Can you just notice how that feels? This may be more challenging for an introvert than an extrovert. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Feel your heart lift, almost like it's being tugged up by a beautiful red heart balloon. And as you exhale, let your shoulders drop and drift down along either side of the prop. If your head is uncomfortably tilted back, like your chin lifting up, just straighten through the back of your neck. Draw your chin into your chest. Heart bed. May all humans everywhere be happy and free. May the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute in some way to their happiness and freedom. Allow this chant, this mantra to simmer at your surface for the next 5 minutes here. Take sweet and deep rest. Notice if there are any parts of you that are resisting relaxation. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, send this calming, softening, surrendering energy to those places. A few more minutes here. Start to count your way down through 10 more breaths. Let's take one final breath in together. Exhale with a sigh. Use your hands to draw your knees towards one another if they're open wide. Press your feet into the floor. Either roll over onto the right side, then press yourself up, or just push yourself up here. And take a moment. It might feel nice to come and sit. There might be little movements that your body is yearning for. Just tap in, tune in to what feels right for you. And for this next shape, you'll take, again, two bolsters, and these could be rolled up yoga mats for this particular activity, but horizontal along your yoga mat. So one will be horizontal around the midline of your mat, while the other is up near the top, and that's going to work as your pillow. You can watch me, I'll demo this one. So from here, I'm bringing my right hip right to the edge of that first prop, and I'll lie down. Oh, I love this stretch. I'll lie down onto the bolster. So what it's doing is it's imprinting into my side body, imprinting into my side ribs. My hips are still on the floor, and my right shoulder and arm are on the floor. but I'm being elevated through my side body by this little prop. And that's why I say a rolled up yoga mat or a thin sushi rolled blanket can be nice. Now, your right ear can come onto another prop that serves as a pillow. It can literally be a pillow, or it could come right down onto the ground. And then your left hand can go anywhere. Some people like to just cozy it up here. Others like to flirt with some more extension through the upper arm in this shape, right? So play around. Likewise with your legs, you can stagger or stack your legs. And in a restorative poses, the body gets really, really cold really, really fast. So bundle yourself up if you're feeling chilly. Again, you'll lie down on a prop. Make sure your right hip as well as your entire right shoulder is on the floor. Your right ear comes to your other pillow prop, and your left arm can rest anywhere that feels nice. 10 more breaths here. One more breath in. Exhale. Take your left hand now and start to trace a half moon or half circle shape up overhead. And just start to trace that half circle shape and open as the fingers land towards the left side of your mat. So you're just exploring and playing with a twist, but not committing. Once your hand comes all the way to the left, lift it back up and over, place it on top of your right hand. Do that again. This time, go even slower and find a sweet spot. So there might be a place where there's some tension or some achiness, and I'd ask you to just take 3 breaths wherever you find that spot. And if everything feels groovy, go all the way into that full twisted shape and take your 3 breaths there. Really good. Bring your left hand back onto your right hand. Start to rotate your body. So bend your knees. Now your knees point the sky, point to the sky. The back of your skull is on your pillow up overhead. And bring your mid back just above your mid back, around your bra line, if you know where that is, to where the bolster is. Take your feet mat distance apart and let your knees fall in together. I personally like this stretch better without a pillow under my head because you can get a really big bursting open heart stretch here. There should be no pain. If there is, just readjust the spacing between where your body is and where that bolster is. You might even feel a few little cracks and snaps of your spine as you do this work. Arms can come up overhead, just 10 breaths here. One more breath comes in. As you exhale, let it back out. Separate your knees, shift your hips to the right, and start to roll yourself onto your left side. You might need to come up to readjust, to bring back your pillow. We'll simply take that side body restorative stretch on the opposite side. Let your left ear fall to the floor. Your left arm relaxes in that space between your two props. Your left hip is touching the earth. And your right hand can really go anywhere, wherever it feels nice in your body. Take some time to settle into this side. And when you get here, can you start to draw up another list? But this time, make a list of all of the things that you love about yourself. All of the things that you love about yourself. It can be very, very surface. Your curly hair, your big bountiful lips, whatever it is that you love about yourself, but it might be deeper, maybe the way you read poetry or the music that you can make. Now, please add on to that list all of the things other people have ever told you that they like or love about you. I asked my 3-year-old what his favorite thing that he loved most about his daddy was today, and he said his beard. What are the things that other people love about you? Please place your right hand on top of your left hand. Take a giant breath in and breathe out. Really, really slowly, like you're a ballerina moving through the slowest scene in the performance. Start to trace that half circle shape all the way up overhead into an open twist. bring your right hand all the way back to connect with your left hand. Try that again, slower, deeper, and with a commitment to hold 3 breaths somewhere that your body's asking you to hold, somewhere that feels good. Open up wide into a big full twist again. This time, bring your knees with you. Take your knees to face the ceiling. The back of your head is still on your cushion. Take your second bolster and could you place it right beneath your sacrum, so the bone at the base of your spine. You're coming into a restorative, a supported bridge pose. Option A, keep your knees bent and keep that bolster right under the bone, at the lumbar spine edge, not your tailbone, your sacrum. Option B, put that bolster under the really cushy part of your bum and stretch out both legs. Let your feet open wide and flop out to either side. Place your hands on your belly in either variation or alongside your body, palms up. Close your eyes and drift away into this really restorative, really patient back bend or heart opener. Just a few minutes here. 10 more breaths. Count yourself through them if that helps you anchor, if that eases distraction. Take one more big breath in. Exhale out through your mouth. Bend into both knees. Place your feet firm on the floor. Pick up your hips and remove any prop underneath your hips out to the side. Lower your spine to the earth. Give your knees a squeeze. Give your knees a hug, maybe even a kiss. And just rock back and forth like you're slow dancing with yourself at a high school semi-formal. Gradually lower your whole body down onto your mat for final Shavasana. And a restorative Shavasana might take a bolster under your knees, a blanket over your body, and a pillow beneath your head. Your hands can be resting at your heart or alongside your body. Get as cozy as you'd like. You'll be here for just 3 minutes. Loka Samasta Bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free, and may the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute in some way to that happiness and freedom for all. Please take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth wide, exhale. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, reach both arms and both legs way up overhead. Stretch and elongate, awaken the body. And then relax as you exhale. Hug your knees into your chest, roll over onto the right side of your body, and slowly push yourself up to a cross-legged seat. When you arrive upright, your hands will meet in prayer pose. And bow your head into your hands and make a prayer, make a wish for yourself about giving and receiving love. Send your love to someone that might need it. And finally, thank yourself for practicing before you inhale deeply and exhale completely.